Hey everybody, this is Shawn Powell. I have really been in a Power Lead Systems video making mood lately. It's a business I've been with since February of 2015. There's never been a Wednesday since that first week that I started I haven't gotten paid inside of Power Lead Systems. And that should tell you something right by itself. I'm working on my 6th year with this company. So that's absolutely, or a little over 6 years actually with this company. What I want to do is I want to talk about the truths about Power Lead Systems. I get questions asked by brand new people. I also get questions asked by people who are veterans in online business, and their very first questions are always like, "Well, what is the dropout rate?" Or stuff like that. The owners, how the pay, how does everything work, stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do this time is I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna show you how I'm using Power Lead Systems to replicate, duplicate, and I'm going to be very honest, I have dominated so many businesses that I've been in since 2015 using Power Lead Systems. Now, there's a guy named Frank Calabro, and like him or not, it does not really matter. You realize the fact that he used Power Lead Systems to create so many sales funnels that made a lot of money for himself. We're talking 70, 80,000 right on up per month. That other people could use. So, he was duplicating, replication, the exact same thing, and dominating in the same sense. The reason I like to use Frank as an example is me and Frank do something different than anybody else that I know of inside of Power Lead Systems. Even though I've been #1 in Power Lead Systems, Frank has been #1 in Power Lead Systems. I think he may still be at this time the biggest earner in the company. We did it while not promoting Power Lead Systems directly. So isn't that so weird? So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to show you the sales funnels that I've created that took me to #1 in every business I have been in. So let's just go ahead and get started. #1 question, y'all. Retention or drop-off rate? Okay. When you get a brand new member in, most of the time they're going to be gold members. Upgrading to Diamond, Platinum, and MTI, Master Traffic Institute or Training Institute. I was actually one of the trainers in the company in 2017 who was asked to do training for it. So I was really big into Facebook, YouTube. I learned an awful lot by applying a lot of action. I got free from a job in 6 months. I did restaurants for 26 years here in North Carolina, and I was able to walk away from a job May 7th of 2015. Which is, only a few months after Power Lead Systems that I first got into that business. So what I was going to say is the way that me and Frank got out to people with using Power Lead Systems was we were go pick a primary business, whatever that may be, and then we'd use Power Lead Systems as the backbone business for that company. So we always make our share codes and stuff of that nature so that people could duplicate what we have and use the exact same sales funnels as what they may have, right? So with that being said, retention rate, because most people I'm talking about comes in at the gold member, which is $53 a month. 30 of that goes back to the people. So we literally make more money than Power Lead Systems does, the owners, Michael Price and Neil Geist, by just ratios alone. So that's pretty awesome. You get unlimited $20 every month for everybody using their tools. Man, if somebody asked me, could I go ahead and pay for the next 5 years, I would say go ahead and do it. It doesn't even matter because once you get about 2 or 3 people in Power Lead Systems, it pays for itself. So literally, you don't even have to worry about any kind of payments through Power Lead Systems. I've never paid Power Lead Systems. I've never had to because I've always put in enough people that would, automatically it would turn over and pay for itself. So if, I'm going to give you 2 scenarios here. If you are just out there hammering, let's say if you're doing soul labs or whatever way you're getting out to people, and you're bringing people into just Power Lead Systems for Power Lead Systems, if you are not showing these people or letting them understand that Power Lead Systems allows them to make their own sales funnels, whatever you may want to do, try, or whatever, y'all. These are all my own commissions inside of this company, $2,000 to $3,000. I made 27 diamonds. These are just diamonds right here in 30 days. Some, awesome income, $1,600 weeks, stuff like that in that nature with Power Lead Systems alone. But if you're not telling these people the importance of learning to make your own sales funnels and being able to use your own tools and stuff of that nature, then they may not hang around very long, okay? So if you're putting in a lot of people, but a lot of them are falling out every couple of months or something like that, then that's going to be your problem. You need to make sure these people are getting connected into the Facebook group so that they get to ask questions. And yes, man, I can tell you, do not have a pride issue. If I'm trying to make a page and I don't know how to do this, or I'm having problems with this or something, I'm the first one to go in there and post a question. And I'm one of the veterans that's been in that business. Do not have pride as an issue, right? The problem with the retention rate is sometimes leaders will say, if you come into this business and they're using a primary business or something like, and they made a share code, and all that person does is they're there for the share code. They love their primary business. I'm going to say Exitus Elite because that's my primary right now, right? So let's say that they love Exitus Elite. So they see my videos for Power Lead Systems with Exitus Elite. They know I got a sales funnel for it. So they want to jump into my Power Lead Systems. Well, let's say, hypothetically, whatever the primary business is, again, Exitus Elite example, there's something that happens a year from now, and the company's gone, or whatever. I'm just giving an example, right? So what happens is that person has no longer a need for Power Lead Systems because it had wiped out their whole purpose of being there in the first place. You see what I'm saying? So if you haven't taught these people that Power Lead Systems is the answer to everything you do online, literally every page, I've got training pages. Y'all, I made a video yesterday showing all this stuff. Every capture page, every landing page, every training page, everything, y'all. Even payment pages I have created inside of Power Lead Systems has been using this system, right? So when I do join, let's say Press One Cash, I became #1 in the world in. I am very organized and I stand out from everybody else. It makes me stand head and shoulders above everybody else because of the sales funnels I created, right? So then let's go to, well, I gave you an example right here. This is a company called Newbies on Fire right here, right? I want you to look at this. This was the system this is the one I wound up using right here, right? Really clean. I had put their first person in for them. I wanted them to have access to me. Here's my email. Here's my phone number. It's nice and clean. I gave them my 3-generation bonus training. I gave them all the really hot spot, topics right here. Really nice, clean looking page. I like using the blues and the blacks because of the layout of my YouTube videos and stuff like that. So I usually do have a tendency to stay with the blues when I do that. My massive team bonus showed me doing that, for them. So, this is a good looking page, right? I'm ready to sign up now. And then here's a video with me explaining it so that they can connect with me. Now, I went to #1 in the world. I went to #3 in Newbies on Fire. It came out the same time that COVID basically did. It came out in November. I didn't get in until like January, and then shortly after COVID really became an issue. So I didn't get to go beyond 3rd on the leaderboard, but I am sure if it wasn't for COVID, I probably would have kept on going right on up there. Enjoyed the business. The owner made bad decisions, and I decided to step away from it. But the whole thing is, this is another example of how I'm using my tools in Power Lead Systems. I'm making money with Power Lead Systems because the ones who want to, let's say, do Newbies on Fire and they wanted this sales funnel, have access to it. You see what I'm saying? So I would get people in from that way alone. But if I go get 500 people into a business and all they know how to do is to put that share code in, all they know is that primary business. If something happens to that primary business, what's going to happen to my people? I'm probably going to lose most of those people because they didn't understand the importance of Power Lead Systems. So your retention rate is going to have a lot to do with you and are your people really grasping what's going on? I have a guy named Matthew. I've got 2 people. My very first week that I came into Power Lead Systems, we're talking about literally February of 2015. I've got 2 people that came in the same week I did that are still inside this business with me. Now, it was hard love. I didn't know what I was doing yet. It's just like everybody else. I was trying to figure out how to use some of my tools in Power Lead Systems. So they were doing the same thing, but they have learned the value of it. So here I am, 6 years later, with people that are underneath me that came in the same week I did because they learned to use their tools. There's the difference between learning to use your tools and coming into a business just because there was a share code for a primary business that you love, and there's money in both, y'all. I grant you that. But the question is, what's the retention rate? Well, if you ain't teaching your people how to use your tools, and if they're not applying action, y'all, they'll be out just as fast as you put them in. You might get 50 people a month in, but if you're losing 20, you see what I'm saying? You literally only have 30 people that you're basically putting in, even at the hard work. So when people are like that, and I've seen, here's a big tip right here, y'all. I've seen leaders say, if you come into this business here and you upgrade to this amount, I'll put the sales funnel for you. All you got to do is come in. Here's your link, right? Or somebody brand new. Oh, that sounds great, right? But what you don't realize is, or that leader is doing, is they're shooting themselves in the foot. If I did that to Matt and the other members from 6 years ago, they wouldn't be here now. I know that. I know that for a fact. Because they wouldn't have experienced and learned what Powell Elite Systems is about. Y'all, this is email marketing. It is, I can send out blasts to, 35,000 people? You see what I'm saying? Every lead that comes in, I know when I got a lead that comes in, it lets me know the person itself. It's great for me sending out follow-up emails, things of that nature. I can make unlimited email campaigns. I mean, it's a really awesome capture page, landing page. And if you're scared of making videos, or if you don't want to be in it, or whatever, there are plenty of templates out there. Or use someone else's share code if you like. Just understand that Powell Elite Systems is the way I got free from a job. Even though I might have made more money in my primary businesses, without Powell Elite Systems, I wouldn't have stood out. I would not have been making the money I'm making, nor having the people coming to Powell Elite Systems. Let me tell you something. I would be number one, or maybe starting a new primary business, back in 2015, 2016, something like that, y'all. And the company would go under, or owner made bad decisions or whatever. And I'm going to tell you what, I have gotten to where I focus at businesses. I don't have to worry about that no more, because I was tired of seeing me and my downline getting hurt. That's why Exitus Elite is my primary. Just to go ahead and tell you all that, y'all. I love that business. Been with them since August the 1st, 2016. $40,000 plus months. It's ridiculous. Life-changing income came from Exitus Elite. But the whole point is, if something did happen to the business that we were doing back in 2015 or 2016, y'all, if you have $2,000 or $3,000 a month coming in from the actual backbone business, Powell Elite Systems, when something does happen, it's still enough to pay the bills. You see what I'm saying? It's a heck of a fallback system, if nothing else. So even though there are leaders out there that focus at primary, as Powell Elite Systems as their primary business, and that's great. It's a really good income kind of business. It's got residual plus big income, $1,000, $400, or $100 commissions. Y'all, let me go ahead and show you. I literally made over 200 diamonds. The diamonds are the $100 commission here. Let me show you some of these commissions I was making, y'all. $4,201, $1,500, $2,000, $1,100, $1,088. This was back in 2016. $1,000, $1,200, $2,700. Some of them are smaller, $461. But y'all, all of this wasn't even my primary business. You see what I'm saying? So, and the importance of diamond, these are all diamonds in no small print. These are platinums. Listen, y'all, if you come into Powell Elite Systems and you don't upgrade, let's say if you just say gold, and every time someone comes in and upgrades above you, you're going to get an email letting you know you just lost $100. And you're going to get an email letting you know you just lost $400 or $1,000, because the Master Training Institute is a $1,000 commission right now, right? Or it has been since it started. I was one of the trainers I was telling you about earlier, right? So now here's the thing. When you get that email, it's too late. There's no going back and getting it. This person is already upgraded before you. You did not own the package. You did not own the training series that goes with it. You're not going to get that commission. Now, let's say that one person comes in and does all three at the same time. They do the $100, the $400, and the $1,000 Master Traffic Institute, right? You're going to get all three emails letting you know that you just lost $100, $400, and $1,000. That's going to be $1,500 that you've lost, and it's all going to come at you at the same time. Yo, how long is it going to take? Look, this was in 2 months right here. This is just the platinum part. And I was a hardhead, y'all. The day I got free from a job, May 7th, 2015, I come and got my little boy and the next door neighbor kid. I was done with work. I was so excited. My little boy got out of school that evening. I drove back here behind our house. We got a little Dodge Durango, put four-wheel drive, went across the fields and just had fun. Went to a clay hole back there. And while we were back there playing at this clay hole with this pond, just throwing rocks and just enjoying the evening, right? That was my first day of freedom. I got my very first email while I was back there saying I just lost $400. That was because I wasn't platinum. I was not platinum yet, right? So I had gotten so many diamonds. I was getting up to 27 diamonds in a month, 200 diamonds in the first 30 days, in the first 2 years, right? But I was like, okay, well, it's my first email. Maybe everything's good. I haven't lost anything else, so it'll be okay. Less than 30 days, I got another email saying I lost another $400 commission, y'all. So that was it. I wasn't going to bleed out any more $400 emails, were me lacking money, because that's a lot of money, y'all. So what I did was I went ahead and upgraded. And I learned something, y'all. Because I wasn't platinum, I wasn't influencing people to go platinum. So I was getting diamonds because that's all I told people to do. The number one way to get people to upgrade is to tell them how important that these diamonds are, or platinum, or whatever it's going to be, y'all. Go ahead. If you believe in the business, you believe in Power Elite Systems, you need to get upgraded to these levels. If not, you're going to be getting these emails and they're going to make you sick. Y'all, I know you can barely see this right here, but I hope you get some idea. Some of these were 3 in a day, 2 in a day, 3 in a day, stuff of that nature, just from the diamonds alone. Can you imagine getting those emails like that, letting you know you lost that much money? But when I got into platinum and I started telling people the importance of upgrading, look what happened within 2 months, y'all. This is not including the gold or diamond. This is just platinum. Here's 2 times in 1 day, 2 in another 1 day. Look at this right here, y'all. Can you imagine? It's business suicide if I was getting emails like that saying I lost that much money. You see what I'm saying? So it's very, very important to upgrade inside your business, inside of Power Elite Systems. So retention rate, y'all, is really going to depend more upon you and what you're teaching your downline than anything else. Okay, Michael Price and Neil Geist, the owners of Power Elite Systems, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Michael Price, they're real religious. He's been with motivational speakers and stuff like that, some really big ones. I think Tony Robinson was the one he was with, actually, was one of the biggest guys underneath him. So there's a lot of motivational, very religious. These are guys that you can trust. You know that they're going to be there for you. The company has literally just had its 8th year in business, where it has paid every Wednesday like clockwork. Since I came in, I've never lost a payment. And I used to show all my emails every week showing, it's in my old Hotmail. I'm not going to go to Hotmail, but I still have them sent there is basically what I do. But I show a list of just every week for years, y'all, that I've gotten paid every Wednesday through Power Elite Systems. And I wasn't even promoting it as my primary business. It's just, but the point is, it's such a rock solid business. The owners make some changes most recently, just to add some more features and stuff of that. They made it where it's drag and drop. I'm old school. I still like to do things a little differently. I am going to take a second to show you this, but I will tell you, Neil Geist and Michael Price, you don't have to worry about either one of them, right? Now, here's the sales funnel. Again, I showed you the first page. The reason that it was so important to me is I put freedom up here. I made this in about 2016, 2017. So I had still been free from a job, but for a little bit of time. And after someone who's done 65 hours a week for 26 years, up to 90 hours a week, and my son not being able to stay in his house for half the week because of me working so many hours, coming home and doing online business was a no-brainer. You see what I'm saying? And it was fun. I love figuring stuff out. So this was the freedom background that I had chose to put for the sales funnel. And I was just try this, see what happens, and learn from it, right? So here's the second page. This is showing people how to set up the actual sales funnel itself. Pretty easy stuff right here, y'all. Showing everybody how to put everything together. Okay, and then my third page was this one right here. It's life-changing income, right? So out of curiosity, now this is Udemy. Most people that like to do paid advertising, usually, or Udemy, whatever you want to call it, like to go there, get 15% commissions for life. I showed some of the, weekly incomes I was bringing home just from them alone. So I put 3 pages right here. But let me give you an example, y'all. What is Power Elite Systems good for? Trying things. See what happens. I have learned those what ifs have become priceless in what it can do for my business, for making me stand out from everybody else, right? Okay, so this is what the page looks like right now, right? Now let me show you this. Hold on here. There you go. Okay, so here's another version of it, right? This is the exact same video I made for Udemy or Udemy. Most thorough review and tips. I think it was like top 4 last I checked for Udemy at YouTube, so it's still getting some pretty good views. Solo list right here. Get Udemy or Udemy now. Get 15% commissions for life. So this is a very simplified version of what I just showed you, but it's the exact same thing, right? Well, out of curiosity, I wanted to know what would happen if I came down here, if I added these down here to see what it looked like. I put a little counter up here. So now I've got 3 versions of this. I've got this one, which is just that and nothing else. I got this one, which shows us up here as well. And then if I come over here, yeah. So I've got this one. And the reason I kept these buttons is because they matched the rest of what I was doing at that time with the system. So, but you get to see what I'm talking about. So now I've got 3 different versions. I could try things and see, does one convert better than other, or something of that nature. So that gives me the ability that for anybody who's doing online business, you should have those what if questions and be able to put it out there and see what happens. Okay. Paying for 8 years straight, every Wednesday's like clockwork, y'all. I've shown you some incomes of that where every week I was getting paid. Frank and I, Power Elite Systems was a reason for freedom. I've already covered that. And examples, y'all. Okay, let me show you this real quick. This was, this was Newbies on Fire. Again, I try things and see what happens. I think this is the one I wound up with. It looked really good. So the reason I'm showing you this is because I was #1 in the world for this business, and this is what I used. That's why I'm trying to let you see, right? So how did I make my standout? I made my own training series, which I still use for Exitus Elite itself, so that people come in as 3 leaders. It's me and 2 other 6-figure earners that's been free from job for like 5 and 6 years, all of us. And we love one-up systems. We absolutely love it. That's our primary businesses, right? So, but I use Power Elite Systems to create it, to this. So again, it's making me stand out, making income inside of my primary business. Y'all, if I didn't even get paid with Power Elite Systems, I wouldn't care. And I know it's so hard for y'all to understand that, but it's the backbone. It's the reason I'm using the tools to make the income that I'm making that changed my life in these primary businesses. And most of y'all, you don't get that. You see what I'm saying? So if I got a check this week or not, I wouldn't really care. Yes, I want to make some, Power Elite Systems money because money there is just as good as anywhere else, that's for sure. But at the same time, look at what I'm trying to tell you. The value of Power Elite Systems for the ones who use the tools, it's life-changing. And now, with that being said, let me keep going. I'm going to show you what else I did here. Okay, so here's another one. Is this a different video? Yeah, okay, so it's a different video. I taught myself how to do these little, things like this to make myself stand out. I like the blue background. It was a filter with it. It was just a cloud picture with a filter. And so I put some clouds back here. And this is a really kind of a popping thing, image. This is a picture of me and my kitty cat, Bunny. She was sleeping beside me. I took a picture of both of us. Come see what we do, making money even while we sleep. Now, I don't do this business anymore. But again, it gave me the opportunity to try this and see how it worked compared to the one that didn't have that image with a different video. So now I can try things and see what happens. Okay, now this is actually life-changing income. It looks a lot like the other one because I've gotten really good results. Now, in Exitus Elite, this is my primary business. This is my sales funnel I'm using literally right now. I put your first member in for you, plus you get my private 3-generation bonus training at the G1000. Sign up now to claim your bonuses. So I use that and update bonuses for G2000 as well. So they got a new $2,000 bonus that came in also, right? So this is my sales funnel right here, and I want people to connect with me. That's the reason I am in my own capture pages, because I want people to connect with me before they see the business, And they can tell, you're never going to have a bigger cheerleader than you in your business. Point blank, period. I don't care. Secondly, down here at the bottom, here's a picture of me and my little boy. I created over $40,000 in 30 days in our Exitus Elite business. That was literally the first month, y'all. And these were not from a list. I can tell you that, y'all. This was just me getting out with excitement, enthusiasm, and, I wound up making my own sales funnels and stuff to make me stand out. Use our powerful sales funnel system, which I'm talking about, Power Elite Systems, that pays you to use your tools, plus free sign-up traffic source all in one. That's referring to Udemy. These business changes lives plain and simple. Come through, sign up, and connect with us. We'll be waiting for you on the inside. Thanks for coming through. And I got a little page counter down here at the bottom, right? So that is literally the sales funnel I'm using right now, that I am still making some ridiculous income inside of Exitus Elite. So 6 years, I've been with Exitus Elite since August 1st, 2016. So this is October of 2021. So I've got 5 years and 1 month inside of Exitus Elite, and I've got 6 years with Power Elite Systems. And even though primary businesses I get to pick, like Newbies on Fire or Press One Cash or Mobile Biz Op, all these businesses that I made really, really good income with, even though they may come and go at times or maybe get hot or cold, or like I said, owners make bad decisions. That's the reason I stay with Exitus Elite. I ain't got to worry about that. Paul is an awesome owner. I love it. I love it to death, man. He does a great job. Today's his birthday, as a matter of fact. I just posted. I'm going to show you what I posted, y'all. Happy birthday, Paul Stevenson. This is the Exitus Members 2021. Paul Stevenson, you're getting old, buddy, but still you're honestly the best business owner I have ever met, and I mean that. I hope you have a great day in your sunny state of Florida. Go take it easy and eat something good. Happy birthday. And there's people down here, y'all, and I guarantee you, anybody and everybody, some of these are already in Power Elite Systems with me. I only done this a few minutes ago, y'all, but I can tell you, this is the best owner, and he contacts you if you ain't even been around. He wants to make sure everything's okay. He'll reach out to you having questions like, hey, man, I'm thinking about doing this to the system. What do you think? I'm going to have a webinar and ask everybody. These are things that you don't see owners do. You see what I'm saying? I've seen the man shoot himself in the foot just because he was trying to make, in other words, make less money for the company. So less money in his pocket because he thought what he was doing would help the new members coming in make money quicker. I have seen him literally do that. And to me, that's mind-blowing. So even if he makes a change that I don't care about, Paul is man enough that if it was a bad decision, he would say, you know what, y'all? It wasn't a good idea. Let's go back to what we were doing before and ask everybody, do they agree? You don't see this kind of qualities, and that's exactly why I'm doing Exitus Elite now, all these years later. So, Power Elite Systems, y'all, absolutely love it. I can't talk good enough about it. I was hoping I think I shut down my other one. I apologize. I had my other, I was going to show my training pages and stuff like my 3 generations bonus training. All right, y'all. This is what you need to know. Power Elite Systems is rock solid. The Facebook group's got about 46, maybe 50,000 people in it. Not all of them are going to be active. This business has been around a long time. Some people jump in, they'll never jump out of the inside the Facebook group. There are other systems out there that are basically updated, to the same kind of drag and drops and stuff like that, But whatever you're looking at doing, you can do it here just as good as anywhere else, and you don't have to worry about this place. This has been around longer than just about anywhere else I know of. And the fact that every Wednesday we get paid like clockwork, and you see the results I have in primary businesses, y'all, where I don't even do paid advertising. Y'all, I don't even do paid advertising. I literally do Facebook and YouTube, and I've had $40,000 plus months, or jump into business, make $18,000 my very first month, or when I first started YouTube, y'all, I want you to understand this. I jumped into a brand new business. I had done nothing but Facebook, got free from the job with Facebook, but I wanted to try YouTube because I saw it on the leaderboard, even though it was number 1, like 3 and number 4, they were making some good income, and they were just doing YouTube videos. So I was curious about YouTube. I perfected or mastered Facebook, what I wanted to do. So I wanted to learn how to master something else. You understand what I'm saying? The best way to master something is to pick that way and just go master it. You know, let everything that you need to know, learn about all the elements, and cut out everything else. And that's true with Power Lead Systems, y'all. Power Lead Systems can be like a dictionary. You don't have to read the whole dictionary just to use it. Or an encyclopedia. You don't have to read the whole encyclopedia to use it. Do not burn yourself out while you're excited about a business and enthusiasm, and people can tell it. They can sense when you're excited about something, and you are down in the books for a month learning everything that you think you need to know. Don't do that, y'all. Pick what way you're planning on getting out to people. Look at all the elements in the training in Power Lead Systems. Look at the people that are doing that way, that's succeeding in that business, and go to YouTube and do even more. Find what's working for these people. Ask yourself, why is it working for this person? Do not copy them 100%. Do not do that, y'all. What I would suggest doing is looking what you liked about what they did, or why is it working for them. Take those elements and then make it your own. That's what I did. I had Chuck Bolay or Charles Bolay, got it was in online business. Me and him used to compete for number one on the leaderboard, a few years back, and he passed away a few years back, as a matter of fact. But I just, I really respected what he did. He did YouTube videos that were 30 minutes, sometimes 40 minutes long. Well, if you watch me, I'm the same way, right? But I remember in an interview, he was like, YouTube tells you after 4 minutes you're going to start dropping off. And that may be true, y'all. But if somebody's really want to do this business, they're going to do a $1,000 business or Power Lead Systems or Exitus Elite or something like that, or a $2,000 business. I can't help but think that when I get rolling 20, 30 minutes in, this person's the one that really needed to hear it. The one that made it this far into a video are the ones that's going to really be doing it in the first place. And I think they're going to appreciate hearing what I've got to say about it. And I was like, you know what? That is me. That is 100% me. So there was Chuck Bolay doing YouTube, number 2, and here I was doing Facebook. And even though I wound up beating him for the month, I learned so much. It made me want to. So when I left there, I went and focused at YouTube. Y'all, I want you to understand something. I didn't even contact my list. I just hammered away at YouTube because I wanted to pick one way to get the people and master it, right? Y'all, I was making $13,000 plus a month in the first 90 days in a brand new business I came into, and I didn't even contact my list. And as crazy as that may sound, because that's giving money away, I should have been, the reason I did it is I wanted to know that everything I was doing was coming from, YouTube. And that's what I did. So I'm telling y'all, man, finding a way that fits you best and just let go. Join businesses that you believe in. I believe in Power Lead Systems, y'all. I don't know how long this video is, but I can tell you this: I can make it hours long just talking about Power Lead Systems if I absolutely wanted to. And when you believe in something, it's like breathing. You can just let go and test. And honestly, the ones that do that, y'all, are the ones that make it. Get over your hang-ups. You don't give a damn what anybody thinks, and you just let go. You show people that you believe in the business. Show them that you're accessible, that you're applying action, that you'll answer the phone, and that's when you start making $30,000, $40,000 months inside of a primary business with Power Lead Systems making 50 plus members a month into it or something like that. And I ain't even promoting Power Lead Systems directly. You see what I'm saying? So that was the big secret. I call it leveraging. And here's one last thing, and I'm going to end this video, y'all. So let's say I've got Exitus Elite as my primary, and I'm doing YouTube videos for Exitus Elite. Let's go see where I'm at. Let's just straight up. Let's see what I'm doing right now. This is the video I did yesterday. Let's go to Exitus Elite. I don't know where I'm at. Maybe number 1, maybe number 3. There just ain't no telling. Okay, number 1 right now is me. That's my buddy Dan. I'm number 4, if it pops up. I can tell it's got my name right here. Number 4, number 6. So that's about it in the top 10. So I've got 3 videos right here in the top 10. But I do appear to be number 1 inside of Exitus Elite, right? All right, so let's go to Power Lead Systems, y'all. I've only made 2 videos for Power Lead Systems recently. So let's go see where I'm at on that. Okay, I'm number 3 for that one, and that's probably going to be about it. I probably don't have any other ones. It's Amanda Ray. Yeah, it's going to be it right now. But again, I haven't made this video either. It hasn't actually been posted yet. So here's number 3 for right now inside of Power Lead Systems. So the point is if you pick a way to get out to people and you master it and get so comfortable applying action that people can sense it, and just show people you believe in it. Be sincere, y'all. Nobody wants a guru. Everybody thinks you got to be some kind of guru, right? Y'all, all I've ever been was someone who believed in a business, that applied action, did those what ifs. Hey man, I wonder what happened if I did this, or let's try this and see what happens, and then and stuff like that. Y'all, that's all I have ever done, and wanted to see what my percentages are, what my ratios are, what's my weakest link. And Power Lead Systems allowed me to make my own pages, make systems for my team that make me stand out and be head and shoulders above everybody else. Y'all, I did one business. I put 650 members in it the first month, and almost everybody came off of YouTube that was not on my list. And so how did I do that? Was number one, I became a workhorse. Number two, you have got to go all in, y'all. I'm sorry, but you cannot be giving away $400 or $1,000 commissions, or like Exitus Elite $1,000, $2,000 commissions. And I put the first member in for people inside of my Exitus Elite business at the $1,000 to $2,000 level, right? So, and that business has been around for 7 years. Just had a huge update. We have Wednesday, we have webinars every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. It's awesome, right? So I can do a YouTube video for Exitus Elite and just let go. I ain't got to write nothing down or anything. I can do the same thing with Power Lead Systems. And when you find a business that you believe in like that, money is not really even that hard. So even though I chose to do YouTube, I actually got free from a job with Facebook using kind of the same kind of tactics. I learned to let go. I would post pictures of me and my little boy, stuff that meant something to me, and wrote something that meant something, and people could sense it. So I was getting, 60 to 100 plus leads a day. Now, ironically, it'll be the last thing I say, I promise. Power Lead Systems, I used to try to go get as many people as I could. I would be out there working myself to death. And in these lower businesses, $30, $50 businesses, right? When I got into Exitus Elite, y'all, I will tell you this. Exitus Elite changed everything because it taught me it wasn't a lead race. When I made 40,000 plus months inside of Exitus Elite, y'all, I want you to understand this. I was getting at the most 9 leads in a day was the most leads I ever got. Now, again, I don't do paid advertising, right? So here I was, let's say if I was getting 3 to 5 leads a day, but they were connecting directly to me in a $1,000, now $2,000 business, right? Now, say that times 7 days. So let's say 5 times 7 is 35 leads in a week. Y'all, anybody can get that kind of number, especially for doing paid advertising. The difference was every one of these connected with me, basically, right? So, now let's say at the end of the week, I've got 3 people that want to do this business. 2 that's going to do it right now, and a third one that's going to do it when they get the money, right? So let's say that average for an average week. So for 4 weeks, you're looking at $8,000, $10,000 to $12,000 in a business when I wasn't getting but 3 to 5 leads a day at most, a lot of times. You see what I'm saying? It taught me that it's not a lead race. And to quit trying to go get every person inside the zip code, it allowed me to slow down and enjoy what I was doing in online business. It allowed me to live my life, is what it allowed me to do. And that's what Exitus Elite does with Power Lead Systems, and I'm happy with it. I make YouTube videos when I feel like making it. Don't do videos when you don't feel like it, because people can sense it. Don't join businesses that you don't believe in, because people can sense it. Power Lead Systems is a beast. I have over 200 videos for Power Lead Systems. I have over 200 videos for Exitus Elite. And I've done that for a reason, y'all. This is an awesome business. All right, y'all. Just going to end this. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would highly suggest doing that. If you're thinking about Exitus Elite, leave a message down below. My phone number is actually right there. Give me a call if you like, 910-379-3129. Power Lead Systems as well, if you like to come in through that. Look, just because I've got a sales funnel down there, if you don't like that one, there are others. There's many of them for Power Lead Systems. So if you want to come in and then use one of the templates that we have from the others, that's not a problem either. Ask your questions. Learn what you need to learn. Do not sit there and spend a month trying to learn how to do everything and burn yourself out. Pick your way to get out to people. Get a sales funnel that you're happy with. Get it up and going. And then just go out there and show people. that you're excited about a business, and it's going to happen, y'all. I can tell you that. If you need anything else, let me know, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Appreciate it.